Coming to a seated position on your mat. And having your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Hi, Gilda. Coming into your space and noticing when you're taking a breath, how your chest rises and falls as you exhale. Just noticing that, breathing in and breathing out as you begin to come inward and relax into your space. Checking in with your mind and noticing any busyness, noticing it without judgment and exhaling into busyness, just letting it go, knowing that the next hour is for you, it's your time. Coming back to your breathing and extending your exhalation. So breathing in for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 5. As you're relaxing into your space, knowing that you're here for yourself and for each other in our yoga community. This is the time for us to take good care of ourselves and for our bodies and our minds. Thinking about what's happening in your life and setting an intention for your practice. Something that you can take with you for the rest of today and the rest of the week as you practice your yoga. It might be an intention around letting go or about simplicity, or it could be about gentleness or joy, whatever is relevant for you, bringing that on board and thinking of that as you move through your practice today. Remembering also in your practice to be gentle. And if you find that you're getting a little bit overheated or a little bit tired, you can always relax into child's pose for a few breaths and then join in again when you're ready. I will begin the practice today with an Om to draw us all together in space. So you can join in if you wish, or but you don't have to. So we're going to start with a big breath in and a big breath out. And a big breath in. Oh. And coming back onto the mat, laying on the mat on your back. We're going to go into Apanasana. So laying down on the mat and drawing your knees into your chest. Taking some big deep breaths in and big breaths out. As you breathe in, drawing your knees away from your chest. And as you exhale, bringing your knees towards your chest. Just breathing in and out, noticing how the ground is feeling on your body. Taking your knees into some circles, relaxing gently on the lumbar spine. Softening your eyes, relaxing into the space. Taking one more deep breath in and deep breath out. As you bring your feet down towards the mat and take your arms out to the side, we're going to go into a twist where we're dropping our legs towards the right and looking towards the left. So on the next exhalation, dropping your legs to the right, looking towards the left. Staying here for 3 breaths. Feeling that nice twist through the spine and stretch through the left side of your body. And on the next inhalation, bring your knees back to center. And we're going to drop the knees to the left and look to the right. On the next exhalation, relaxing into the left side of the body. So the left side is nicely grounded, and the right side, you have a nice deep stretch. Stay here for 3 more breaths. And then on the next inhalation, bringing your knees back to center and hugging them up towards your chest on the exhalation, and breathing in as you bring your knees away. Just going backwards and forwards a couple of times to rinse out your spine after your stretching and twisting. And then coming back up to all fours. Having your knees nice and hip width apart and your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to do a sequence of cat-cow, warming up our spine and getting some movement. So as we inhale, we're going to lift up our chest and our gaze, get a nice curve through our spine. And as we exhale, we're going to lift our spine up towards the ceiling into an arch like a camel. And then inhale back up and exhale back up into camel. Just following this through another 4 or 5 times. Keeping the gaze nice and soft. And just focusing on yourself and going inward. Nice deep stretch through your spine here. And then coming back to neutral position. We're going to go into lifting our legs on our next inhalation. I'm going to inhale and lift up my left leg and have my toe pointing down towards the mat. And exhale as I bring it down back to the mat. Then I'm going to inhale, lifting the right side. Again, with the heel pointing towards the wall, toe towards the mat. And exhale that down. Then go side to side, inhaling as you lift up, and exhaling as you come down. As we inhale and lift our leg, we're going to lift our gaze and lift our chest. And nice stretch through the glute area, through the legs. And one more on each side. Just with the strengthening through the hip area. And we're going to take it one step further. You can continue just lifting the legs if that feels right for you. If you'd like to be curious and take it a step further, we're going to lift alternate leg and arm. So we're going to start on an inhalation, lifting the left leg and the right arm, extending through the foot and the hand. So you're lifting out an extension and exhaling, bring it back to the mat. Trying to keep your back nice and flat. Imagine you have a cup of water on the lower back that you don't want to spill. Just going from side to side, inhaling as you lift, lifting your gaze and really stretching through, extending your hand and your foot. Just going from side to side. You can go one more on each side. And then drawing your knees out towards the side of the mat and your feet together. We're going to exhale into a child's pose. And we're going to stay here for 4 or 5 breaths. So relaxing into that nice deep stretch. Bringing your forehead down towards the mat. If you have a block or a pillow, you can bring your forehead down to the block. And just feeling that gentle stretch through your lower back and through your shoulders. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And again, noticing the rise and fall in your chest and your abdomen as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. Staying here for 3 more breaths. And coming up to all fours. Going to tuck our toes under, and we're going to come up to our first downward dog for the day. So bringing your hips towards the ceiling and bringing your heels towards the floor. Walking your heels one at a time, getting that nice deep stretch through your legs. I'm going to stay here for another 5 or 6 breaths. It's really relaxing into that first downward dog. If this feels a little bit intense for you, you can always go back to child's pose and rest there. Stay here for another 3 breaths, pushing your heels down towards the floor, head between your arms. And then coming back to neutral position. Okay. We're going to go back up into downward dog, and then we're going to step forward into a forward fold. And we're going to stay here for 6 breaths. So bringing your hands down towards your shins or your feet, or if you can stretch through, you can put your hands underneath your toes. Staying here for 6 breaths, noticing a nice stretch through your lower back. Really focusing on that breath and bringing your mind back to your intention for your practice today. And now the next inhalation, gently coming up to mountain pose, stretching, and then bring your hands back to Tandasana. Just taking a few breaths here, noticing how you're feeling now. Moving your hips around. Feeling very grounded, opening up your toes on the mat. The next sequence we're going to do is a sun salute. So I'll run you through the first one, and then we can do them all together. So we're going to come to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, lift our chest, and exhale as we fold forward. Inhale as we lift our chest, and then exhaling, stepping back either to a high plank, or you can have your knees down to the mat to a low plank, and slowly lowering your body down to the mat. Inhaling as you lift your chest and lift your gaze, and then exhaling, toes under into a downward dog. Staying here for a breath or 2, and then stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhaling, lifting your chest. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, coming back up to the starting position. So we're going to go for another 4 rounds. So we'll start off together, and I'll talk you through the first 2 rounds, and then you can go ahead at your own pace. So inhaling as you lift your arms, gazing up, exhaling, rolling forward. Inhale as you lift your chest, lift your gaze, and then stepping back either to a high plank or a low plank, slowly lowering your body down to the ground. Inhaling, lifting your chest and lifting your gaze, tucking your toes under, and exhaling into the downward dog. And we'll stay here for a breath or two. And then on the next inhalation, we're going to step forward, lift our chest, and then exhale, rolling forward. And then inhale, come all the way up. Nice. So it's quite an energizing pose. Feel free to take it at your own pace with your own breath. And feel free to rest. So we'll go again. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, rolling forward. Inhaling, lift your chest and your gaze. And exhaling, stepping back into high plank or low plank. Slowly lowering your body down to the mat. Inhaling into upward dog. And then tuck toes under. Exhaling into downward dog. Just staying here for a breath or two, just catching up with your breath. And then stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your chest back towards your legs. And now come all the way back up. And back to the side. Okay. Talk you through one more, and you can do two on your own. Inhale, lifting your arms. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, stepping back into a high plank or a low plank. Slowly lowering your chest down to the mat. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, tuck your toes under. And coming up into your downward dog. So here for a breath or two, just to catch up with your breath. And then stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, folding forward, drawing your body back to your legs. And inhale, coming all the way back up. Okay, so we've got two more to go. Going through at your own pace. You'll come with me. And last one. Okay, so coming back to Tandasana with Anjali Mudra. And we're going to go into a garland pose next to give us a really good stretch through our inner thighs. So we're going to take our feet about mat width apart. And if you have a blanket, you can put the blanket behind where your heels are and have your heels sitting on the blanket or a cushion. And I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're going to exhale and we're going to come down into a deep position, a squat position, having our elbows just on the inside of our knees. And we're going to stay here for about 4 or 5 breaths. So this is a good hip opening pose. Just softening your eyes and taking some nice deep breaths. Nice. It's good. I can see just about everybody doing this one. Good job. Let's go for 2 more deep breaths. And then bring your hands down to the mat and coming up all the way back up again and hands back to center. Giving your feet just a little bit of movement and hips a little bit of movement, just doing that a little bit. Okay, and the next one we're going to go into is a chair pose. So this one's a good one for strengthening through the quads. And I'll just show you that one. So we're having our feet about hip width apart. And we're going to inhale and we're going to lift our arms all the way up. And then we're going to exhale into a deep squatting position. So if you have something like a block, you can actually place that block between your thighs and really squeeze on it. If you don't have a block, that's fine. You can just squeeze your thighs together. And we're going to stay here for about 4 breaths. It's quite a strong pose. If it's getting a bit strong, you can come up a little higher. Let's go for 3 more breaths. So your arms are nice and high, chest up, lifted up. 2 more breaths here. And last breath, coming up into mountain pose and bringing your hands back into Tandasana. Okay, going well. Just taking a few deep breaths. Our next position will be a wide-legged forward fold. So we're going to go nice and wide, so you go lengthways on your mat now. And we're going to have our feet pointing forward, our toes pointing forward. And we're going to inhale, lift our arms all the way up. And we're going to exhale and fold forward. Bringing our hands down to the mat. You can shuffle your feet out a little wider so you get a little bit of a deeper stretch. And we're going to stay here for about 8 breaths. Noticing the nice stretch through your legs and your lower back. And noticing the strength on the outside of your foot. Letting your head hang heavy and your chest. So again, just taking on nice deep breaths here and feeling that nice wind stretch through your body. And stay here for 4 more breaths. And we'll inhale, lift our arms and come back up. And bring our hands back to Anjali Mudra. Just pivoting our feet in. And we're going to go to a warrior sequence next. So we still have our feet wide apart, but we're going to have our left foot at the back of the mat and our right foot at the front. So the left foot should be slightly turned out and the right foot facing forward. And as we inhale, we're going to raise our arms and bend our front foot. And we're going to gaze towards our right arm and take 4 deep breaths here. So really bringing that left knee up towards the side and feeling nice and strong through that front quad and also through the back leg so that you're nice and balanced there, a very nice strong warrior pose. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to fold forward with that right hand over the right bent knee and bring the left hand over the top. So you end up in a nice side stretch here. Staying here for another 3 breaths. And then coming back up to warrior 2. And then we're going to fold forward and we're going to take our right hand down next to our right ankle and bring our left hand up towards the ceiling, and we're going to raise our gaze to that left hand. So you're feeling a nice twist through your spine and an opening through the chest, and using your right elbow to push that right knee out a little bit. And we'll stay here for another 3 breaths. And then dropping that hand back down so you're framing your foot on either side, and turning the left foot facing a little bit more forward, and bringing the toes off the mat, of the right foot, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the right leg. If you can let that leg go a little bit straighter, just softening at the knee, but notice that stretch through the hamstring. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Bring your hands back to heart center and give your legs a nice shake. You've got the other side to look forward to. Okay, so let's try it on the other side. So this time we'll have our right foot out to the side and stepping forward with our left leg. And we're going to go into warrior 2 first. So arms out to the side with that front knee, with that left knee stacked over your ankle, and your gaze towards your left hand, feeling nice and strong through that left thigh and through the right foot, especially the outside edge of your foot. Just taking 3 more breaths here. Feeling really strong like a warrior. And we're going to fold forward, bringing that left hand across the thigh and bringing the right hand over the top, close to the right ear. So you've got a nice curve from the right foot all the way up through the body to left hand. And staying here for 3 more breaths. Nice work, everyone. I can see some really good angles there. You can see good angle of the penny and shoulder. And then inhale, come all the way back up to warrior 2. Take a breath or 2 here. And then we're going to fold forward and bring our left hand towards our left ankle. And we're going to look up towards our right hand. So we're getting a nice twist through our spine and an opening of the chest. Staying here for 3 breaths. So it's a little bit more of a slower practice today, but it actually requires quite a lot of strength. And then bringing that right hand down and framing your left foot with each hand and turning your right foot back so it's facing forward and lifting the left toes. So you get bringing that up leg into a little bit straighter, getting that nice stretch through the back of your leg. And staying here for a couple of breaths. And inhaling, raising your arms all the way up and bringing the feet back to center. Okay, how's everybody going? Okay. It's a bit tough today. Okay, just giving your shoulders some nice movement there and a little bit of twisting through the body and opening up your toes so you're feeling really grounded and in touch with the floor and the mat. We're going to go into a little bit of balancing with a tree pose. So thinking about the 3 key balancing points on the foot. So there's one just behind your big toe where the pad is, where the joint is behind the big toe. There's one down near your little toe and then one at the heel. So there's 3 points. If you move your hips around, you can kind of feel where they are. There's the 3 anchor points on your foot. So we're going to start by lifting our left leg up. So we're going to have it either next to our calf or next to our thigh. Try not to have it next to your knee. And bringing your hands up into Anjali Mudra. So we're going to balance here. And just take some nice deep breaths, just softening your eyes and going into finding a gazing point in front of you. If you need to slide your foot down and have your toe on the floor, that's fine. It's whatever works for you today. Just challenging yourself and playing with it a little bit, just being a little bit curious as to what you can do. Bringing that left knee up towards the side. Take 2 more breaths here. And last breath. And then dropping that foot down onto the mat. And smoothing the weight backwards and forwards. And we're going to go to the other side. So this time I'm going to have the left foot down on the mat. I'm not mirroring you today. And we're going to take our right foot up next to our leg, either next to our calf or next to our inner thigh. And then we're going to come up into Anjali Mudra again. So our hands to our heart. Finding the gazing point, softening your eyes and taking some nice deep breaths here. Working on our balance and working on strengthening that left foot and ankle, all the muscles in through the feet and ankle and the calves. All the little stabilizers are all activated. Moving the right knee out towards the side. So you're feeling a little bit of a stretch down in the thigh on the right side. Taking 2 more breaths here. And last breath. Nice work. And then give that left leg a nice shake through. Okay, we're going to come back down to the mat again, onto our back. And the pose we're going to do next is called Eye of the Needle pose. And we're going to lay down on our back. And we're going to have our right foot on the ground and our right knee bent. We're going to bring our left foot up across the front of the right thigh. We're going to hug that knee up towards the chest, taking the right foot off the floor. Just bringing that in and out. Inhaling and exhaling as you pull it towards your chest, and inhaling as you take it away from your chest. Feeling that nice stretch through the outside of your left leg and around your glute area. This is another good one to relax and release your lower back and release the ITB. Just taking a couple more breaths here. And then bringing the right foot down to the mat, keeping the leg crossed over, the left leg crossed over. We're going to take our arms out to the side. And we're going to drop our knees towards the right side and look towards the left. There's quite a deep stretch. So letting your legs fall over to the right side. Deep breathing here. Noticing a nice twist through our spine and a nice stretch through the left side of our body and through the outside of the left leg. Stopping your eyes and just staying here for about 4 breaths, feeling that deep stretch. Now the next inhalation. Bring your knees back to the center again. Have both feet flat on the floor. Hugging both knees to your chest. And doing some little circles on the lumbar spine, just rinsing out that twist. And then taking the left foot down to the floor and the right foot across the front of the left thigh. And we're going to draw that left leg, the right leg towards your chest. So exhaling as you hug it in and inhaling as you move it away. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. So just taking your time, just getting that nice deep stretch. Then placing your left leg, left foot down onto the ground and drawing your knees over to the left side and looking towards the right side. And we're going to stay here for about 6 breaths. Just let it fall down to the ground, just relax into that stretch. Noticing a stretch through the right side of the body, down through the right organs and the right meridians, and down the right side of the ITB and the lower back and glute area. It's a nice movement to soften off and release the lower back. As the weather gets colder, we all tend to stiffen up a little bit more here. And having your shoulders onto flat on the floor if you can, getting a nice stretch through the chest as well. 3 more breaths here. And then on the next inhalation, bringing the knees back to the center. And having both feet placed on the floor, hugging the bent knees to your chest. And doing some nice circles here. You can reach through to grab your feet into a happy baby pose as well. Getting a nice stretch through that lower back area. It's a nice playful pose, feels nice. And then bringing your feet down towards the mat and having your feet on the outer edges of the mat. And we're going to do a side to side, like a windscreen wiper. So we're going to go to the left side first. So we're having now left and right knees go to the left side. And then going across to the right side, sort of like windscreen wipers. So the feet are nice and wide on the floor, on the outsides of the mat, and just moving your knees from side to side, getting that nice stretch through the hip area. And then when you're ready, we're going to relax into Savasana. So having yourself nice and warm, you might want to put something underneath your knees to protect your lower back. You might have a cardigan or a blanket that you can put over yourself. As you relax into Savasana, put your socks on so your feet are nice and warm. Getting yourself really nice and comfortable. So we're going to be here for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to walk you through a nice relaxation. Relaxing into your body. Letting your breath relax. Letting it come and go without any control. Feeling the energy from your practice. Consolidating your body. Softening your scalp. softening your face, your forehead, and your eyes. Letting your eyes sink deep into their sockets, softening your cheeks, letting your lips release, letting your tongue rest in your mouth, swallowing, relaxing your neck and throat. Letting the warmth of the relaxation flow down into your shoulders, taking a deep breath in and sighing out the breath through your mouth. As the relaxation flows down through to your shoulders and your arms, through to your hands and fingers. Feeling your whole body releasing onto the floor. Be aware of the back of your legs and your back. Feeling nice and grounded on the floor. And with each breath, softening your abdomen and chest. Being aware that your legs on the floor and the feeling of relaxation flowing down through your thighs, through your knees, your lower legs, your feet and toes. With each breath, softly coming in and out. Patiently letting the breath nourish your body and allowing yourself to feel a sense of calmness and relaxation. Just breathing in and breathing out, letting your yoga practice and your breath nourishing your body for the next couple of minutes in silence as you relax and enjoy. Noticing the sounds in the distance and the sounds inside your room. Stretching your arms out above your head, stretching your whole body, and gently rolling to one side. Taking a few breaths on your side. Noticing how you're feeling in your body and in your mind, and remembering what your intention is, and taking that feeling from your body and your mind and your intention with you for the rest of today and for the rest of your week. I'm going to close off the practice with a deep breath in and breathing out all the things you don't need. Anything that you don't need, that doesn't serve you anymore, breathing that out and leave that on your mat, and it'll evaporate as you move away from it. Take one more breath in, and I'm going to close the practice with an Om. You can join me if you want, but you don't have to. Om. Thank you for being here today, for what you do for yourself and for each other in our yoga community. Namaste. Bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts and to our lips for kind words and to our heart for a kind heart.